So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I am of course Lethal Apollo. Hope everybody's doing fine and well, having a great day. In this video I'm going to show you guys how you can complete the solo Easter egg for the Machina in Call of Duty Zombies. As always, I would ask, if this video helps you out in any way, drop me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. With that being said, let's jump right into this. You guys know the drill by now, so the first step is obviously the power. Then you want to activate both of the terminals in this particle accelerator room so you can access the ether tunnel. Hold square X or interact on the anomaly so you can teleport to the dark ether. Go ahead and collect the Pack-a-Punch machine piece and then build the Pack-a-Punch machine. Now you will be spawned back into reality, and I do recommend doing the dancing zombie Easter egg. This is not necessary at all for the main quest. However, you're going to get free Juggernog, you're going to get some scrap, and maybe a wonder weapon or a higher tier weapon than what you're using. So I always recommend doing this. It's free, it's easy, why not? Okay, so if you do the zombie Easter egg, you want to go ahead and collect your Juggernog and weapons, obviously, and then we can move on to the main quest. Once the Pack-a-Punch machine has been built, you will notice that there is an anomaly somewhere around the map. It could be in one of three locations. Whichever anomaly spawn you get will dictate where your first Aither Scope part is. So in my case, the dark ether is in the particle accelerator room, so I know my first Aither Scope piece is in this room. So make your way down towards this teleporter area at the back here, and you'll see a yellow glowing object. Go ahead and pick that up. That is your first part of the Aither Scope. As soon as you do pick that up, you're going to get a load of plague hounds spawn in, and these can be quite annoying. If your dark ether spawns at the pond area, your first piece will be on the plane just here. And then third and finally, if your dark ether spawns above Nacht, then your part will be at the bottom near spawn. You're gonna have to run around and find these in solo, guys, because the parts do not spawn in until you've collected your first part. But once you've collected all three parts, you'll be despawned back to reality, and you need to go and build this Aither Scope. As I said, you get a lot of plague hounds doing this, so just be prepared and make sure you can take them out. Once you've collected all three parts, bring them down to the bench at the bottom of the particle accelerator room, craft the Aither Scope, then you want to pick it up. This will alert the game that you have completed this step correctly. You'll now notice you get another ether spawn at the medical bay, but for now, we're going to get a Megatonne spawn in. We need to concentrate on this dude right here. We need him for a couple of things. We need a key card from him, and we need him to shoot this tree with his nuclear attack so he turns the fungus purple. You'll get a quote on screen when this has happened, and you can go ahead and take this dude out now as quick as you like. Don't forget to pick up the gold card from the twin Megatonnes. They were going to drop a key card which we need for another step in a moment. So once you've taken out the twins, go ahead and pick up the golden key card that he drops and any extras, and you want to take that down to weapon storage area. When you get down here, there's a computer just at the back here there. You place the key card in, and then it will give you a D.I.E remote control. While we're down here, I recommend doing this next anomaly. This will be found in the medical bay. As soon as you enter the dark ether, you want to come to this computer desk here, just inside the second floor, and you'll see that there's a yellow diary there. You want to go ahead and pick that diary up. We're now going to use the spectral scope to find anomalies. There's one in the corner behind the speed caller machine. Go ahead and hold square to bring the ghost up, and then hold square again to give the ghost a diary. Your second ghost will be in the control room near your reward station. Again, hold square to bring him up and square to give him the diary. Your third ghost will be in the particle accelerator room right next to the Aither Scope bench. So make your way down there. Again, hold square to interact, and then hold square to give him the diary. Once you've done this, this step completed, but we will remain in the dark ether for a minute. So I use this opportunity to go and collect the fuse from the crash site. There's a little box that spawns underneath the cabin while you're in the Dark Aether, the cabin will float in the air so you can collect the fuse once you've shot the box with a standard or pack-punched weapon. So you want to collect that fuse for a step shortly, and I also recommend shooting some crystals and stuff to try and get yourself some free armor upgrades or some free perks. So once you've done that and you respawn into reality, you want to return to Nacht and place the D.I.E remote in the hole in the wall here just near the blue graffiti, and this will turn this room into like a soul box that'll collect around 20 or 30 zombie souls. You'll be given a prompt on screen when it is completely full, and you'll be able to interact through the hole again to blow the door off and reveal the Shockwave wonder weapon. You want to take this right away up to the second floor here, shoot the box immediately, try not to kill the zombie, and then you want to return down to the second floor and hold in your left trigger to bring over the canister for the Nova 5 upgrade. Now if you drop out of the hole in the wall, I fell down to the ground floor here, but if you come out of the hole in the wall on the second floor, that box we just shot has revealed a yellow flask. Pick that up and bring it over to this purple sap here and place that down. This will take around about a minute or two to fill. So while we wait for that vial to fill up with the nuclear fluid, we're going to head down to the weapons storage, weapons lab area and place that canister that we just collected from Nacht into this device on the wall here. We're going to do this so when we get a dog round we can come back here and fill it right away. Collect a 300 points from the dead shot, why not? And then we're going to head into the medical bay and enter the code to the computer to power up the pod for a later step. Once you've entered the code on the computer, the game will update now that you've completed the next step and your Dark Aethers will return. Just before we enter the Dark Aether, collect your jar because we're going to need that in a moment again. And then you want to enter this dark anomaly that's near the pond, near this fungus tree. If you haven't already collected the fuse from underneath the plane cabin, now is a good time to do so. In my case, I used an opportunity earlier to get it, so we're just going to make our way to the weapons storage area where we will see a plasma machine that is literally right opposite the Deadshot daiquiri perk. So head down into the weapons lab, place the fuse in the plasma machine, and then you'll be despawned from this area right away pretty much. So as you respawn in reality then, you want to head straight back into the medical bay and use that jar that we picked up from the tree before we entered the Dark Aether to open the cryo emitter cage. As soon as you've got the cryo emitter, you want to go ahead and shock the fuse, and this one is the one nearest the cryo box. We're then going to move on to the second one, which is the thermophasic upgrade, which we just did in the Dark Aether by placing the fuse in the plasma cutter, and now we can collect that from this truck. So we're going to head straight back to the medical bay now, where we're going to shock our second fuse. This one is the one nearest the perk machine, although in this gameplay I was a little confused and I shocked the wrong one, but it is the one nearest to the speed cola machine. As you can see, two of the fuses are pointed upwards now, and we've got two facing downward. So moving on to the third upgrade now then, this one is the Electrobolt, and the Dark Aether can be found in the bottom of the particle accelerator room. So you just want to again enter the Dark Aether, and for this one we're going to be looking for 3 orange crystals. The first of which can be found out in the pond area. If you've already got a full charge, just shoot a shot off just so you're able to suck that crystal up into your wonder weapon. And then you want to make your way back to the particle accelerator room, and we're going to fire this into a box. Whatever you do while the crystal is attached to your weapon, do not fire this weapon or the crystal will return to its original location and you'll have to do this all again. Bring it down to this little box here and shoot your crystal into one of the bulbs. That's one of 3, and we need to go and find 2 more. The second one can be found on the 3rd floor of Nacht, just near the Wonder Fizz. Again, you want to hold L2 to suck it up into your wonder weapon and then make your way back to the particle accelerator room. Again, you want to shoot the crystal into the bulb. That is 2 of 3. We can now go and find our 3rd one. But you're likely going to be despawned from the Dark Aether now, which is fine. You just need to kill a few zombies and wait for your portal to reopen. Your third and final one can be found just to the left of Juggernog, and again, you want to return to that box and shoot the crystal into the bulb. You now have access to the Electro Bolt, so you can go and do this third fuse right away in the medical bay area, so make your way back to the medical bay and shock this third fuse. We've got one more left to do then now, which is the Nova 5 upgrade, so we need a dog to spawn. You're either going to get a dog round on round 10 anyway, or dogs will start to spawn on round 10. So you can just wait until you hear the dogs, then make your way down towards this canister. Try not to get it down here because it can be a little tight and tricky. And then you want to just basically kill a dog right next to the canister, and you can come back to that in just a second when it will be filled. As I said, it can be a little tricky to navigate down this area, so either save a zombie till the end of the round, or just try and do it whenever you feel safe. I don't know how I didn't go down there, but we managed to survive and collect the canister. So now you've got the Nova 5 canister filled, you want to bring this up towards the crash site. There's a little box just opposite the plane cabin, and you want to place the flask down on top of this box, and then you can either shoot it with a normal weapon or melee it, and this will release the Nova 5. You can now apply that upgrade. So for the fourth and final time, we want to take this upgrade down to the medical bay and shoot this final fuse. This pod is now fully powered up, and you'll notice another Dark Aether portal's just spawned in the medical bay. Go ahead and interact with that. This will start a little cutscene where two Russian soldiers will start talking about the golden device, and they'll leave a spanner. You'll see there is a spanner on the floor here. You want to go ahead and pick that up. So once you've got that, you want to return to the spawn area, to the tank. You're going to need to interact with the tank 3 times by holding square. You can do this quite quick succession, doesn't take long at all. A zombie's going to pop out the top and you need to kill him. Then you need to use either a Semtex grenade. You can use normal explosives and C4s, but Semtex is easier in my opinion. Just stick it to the hatch and that is done. The tank will now fire at the tree in the crash site. This will drop a golden orb which we need to go and take down to the medical bay. Now this can be really tricky as loads of dogs and stuff start to spawn in, but I recommend you just YOLO this, guys. Just pick it up and go for it. Follow my route here and it's not too difficult. Try and zigzag left and right a little bit, and as you can see, the dogs and zombies are spawning in quick and heavy. They're not actually doing any damage to me really. I am being able to make my way to the medical bay without too much hassle. If you start trying to mess around and drop it and stuff like that, it just returns to its original location and it can make things really tricky. I recommend just YOLOing it and getting it into the decontamination chamber. Once you've done this, you need to now get a Megatonne to spawn in. You need to split him in 2, and you need to feed each half into this pod. It can't be from 2 different Megatonnes, it has to be from the same Megatonne, and it has to be a pair. This can be a little tricky as well, guys, but what I recommend you doing is using the cryo freeze so you can freeze them in place without killing them instantly, or using stun grenades, because as you can see in my gameplay here, I stunned one, he gets sucked up, and the other one literally goes and stands behind him like a noob, and then he gets sucked straight up as well. So it isn't that difficult. Then you want to come into this little room here and interact with the computer to start the decontamination process. This will start another little cutscene where you're going to meet Olaf. Olaf's going to escape from this pod and we need to go and find him again shortly. You're real close to the boss fight now, guys, so I recommend getting your weapons fully upgraded. Make sure you've got all the perks that you're happy with, and make sure you've got armor and any extras that you want, like chopper gunners, bows, turrets, explosives, stun grenades. Make sure your specialist's fully charged and you will be good to go. So once Olaf's finished talking, then he's going to break out of here and he's going to run off. we're going to now try and find him. He's going to make his way towards Nacht. All the lights are going to go out at this point, so just be aware of that as well, guys. You're going to be running around in the dark in the particle accelerator room. Try and make your way towards Nacht. Again, you're going to get loads of plague hounds and dogs spawning in here. It's going to get real hectic real quick, so take care of any megatons or plague hounds, because you don't want these guys harassing you in a minute. And then you want to make your way in towards Nacht, and you'll see there's another dark ether portal appeared. Go ahead and interact with that. And when you spawn in the dark ether, make your way around to the back of Nacht on the ground floor, and you'll see another anomaly. This is Olaf. You need to hold square again to interact with the ghost, and Olaf will start talking about his family, and he misses them, and he wishes he didn't start all of this. Once the cutscene's finished, he'll leave a little photograph on the desk. We need to come back to that in a little while, but again, this is your last and final opportunity to upgrade any of your weapons. Make sure you've got all of your perks. Make sure that you take a wonder weapon into the boss fight with you. In my opinion, the Electro Bolt is the best. Monkeys are useful, and then when you're ready, you'll be teleported back into reality. You want to come back to where the ghost was and pick up this photograph. You're going to now be teleported to the boss fight, which is in the particle accelerator room, and you will be locked in here now. You won't be able to leave. So you'll see Olaf is down by the pack-a-punch machine, and he starts talking about how he started this, how he set the machine up, and it opened things that he wished he'd never seen and wish he never did, and he talks about his family and maybe seeing them again. He says he's going to help us by shutting down this forsaken machine. A quick point of interest, you can actually still pack-a-punch and upgrade your weapons, and you can still rebuild your armor. In a minute, he's going to want you to protect him. He's going to start attacking 3 generators around this particle accelerator room. The first one is opposite the pack-a-punch machine, and you need to basically defend him for around 2 minutes. It can get real hectic in here, guys. You're going to get megatons, you're going to get plague hounds, you're going to get harder zombies that have got armor, and you're going to get your normal running zombies and stuff like that. It gets really hectic. The best piece of advice I could give you really is try not to panic. Just take your time and make sure you keep training round. Just keep moving, guys. I made a fatal mistake there of staying still for too long with these electrical dudes flying around, and before you know it, you're taking it down. Use everything to your advantage. Your monkeys, your specialist. The Electro Bolt is especially good, especially against the megatons and the bosses. Like I said, you want to concentrate on those mainly. They are the ones that do the most damage. Not only that, but they also drop ammo and armor, so that helps you replenish and reload. Again, you're going to have to just protect Olaf for around 2 or 3 minutes on the second floor while he does that second generator. And then as soon as he's either struggling, he'll shout you for help, or he's completed it, he'll make his way down to the ground floor. The plague hounds and megatons are so annoying on this step, guys. You've just got to continue around, keep going in circles, moving as quick as you can, don't stay still, and just try your best to protect Olaf. As soon as it's completed, you'll get a prompt on screen, and Olaf will tell you that the job is done and you should get out of here. You'll also get Weaver on the radio saying let's go, and now you can see we've got an electrical current sparking everywhere. You've got to be really careful now, guys, because this will basically insta-kill you. So as soon as this door unlocks and it allows us out of here, we need to make our way towards exfil. But like I said, these electrical bolts are so overpowered, they pretty much insta-down you, so you've got to be careful and kind of tread very carefully. As soon as the doors unlock, you'll get a countdown timer for 1 minute 29 seconds, and you just need to bob and weave and get your ass to exfil. Okay, so the best route in my opinion is through the weapons lab. I actually went the wrong way here, but you don't want to go this way. You want to make your way towards the stairs, and you want to try and either jump across the gap here and then jump over the banister in the middle of the stairs. Make your way up these flight of stairs, head to the right because the left is pretty tight and you'll struggle to bob and weave down there. Basically, come out towards the crash site, and then you need to weave in between the trees and rocks, between each of the electrical sparks, and make your way to exfil. As you can see, we managed it without too much trouble. Congratulations, you've just completed the Easter egg. And as always, I would ask if this guide helped you out in any way, drop me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching guys, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I've been Lethal Apollo, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in my next video.
But I got a feeling Omega Group is just getting started.
Bye, have a great time.